watching the Bulldog Brewhouse podcast.
Hey everybody, it's the holiday season here now in Canada, and hopefully everyone's enjoying the crazy shopping at the malls across Canada and in Calgary and West Edmonton Mall. I'm getting ready for the Christmas coming up on the 25th of December, which is 4 days away, 3 days away now. It's time for Santa to come by and drop off my Lamborghini and Ferrari from the North Pole. Hopefully he'll come down our chimney and give me what I want this year. So our guest today on the Bulldog Brewhouse podcast is Jeff Villeneuve.
Jeffrey Villanueva.
Okay. And how are you doing?
I'm doing just fine.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Thank you. Same to
and
you.
Happy New Year. Hopefully Santa brings you all of your dreams and wishes on the 25th in the morning when you wake up on December 25th, okay?
Yes.
So tell a little about people. I know who you are. You know who I am. But just tell a little people a background about who you are, where you're from, and why are you on this podcast? Why would I ask you to come on, okay?
Awesome. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Jeffrey Villanueva. I am currently the president of Big Laan Gang 2.0, and I met Steve because of my dear friend Yano that just passed away recently last year, and suddenly that happened, but it's very, very unfortunate. And I am from Philippines, good-looking guy with Grover Steve here.
Okay, and so you're originally from the Philippines?
Yes, sir, I am.
Were you born and raised there?
Yes, sir.
Were you in Manila?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then when did you immigrate to Canada?
I came here when I was 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That was in 1998.
Okay, and then you've been in Canada ever since?
Ever since.
You didn't decide to pack up and move to Miami for a year? No?
You know what? Well, the first winter that I experienced over here is very, very cold.
Really?
And I really want to go back to Philippines.
Were you crying? Were you on the phone with Mom saying, please,
yes,
let me come home?
Very homesick.
And she said, no, stay in Canada, be a big boy.
That's right.
And then you're born and raised in the Philippines, and you came to Canada. And you've been in Canada ever since you're 16, correct?
That's correct.
All right. And then, and you've always lived, where have you lived in Canada?
Well, I lived for 10 years and so in Winnipeg.
In Winnipeg?
In Winnipeg, yes.
Well, I think they call it Winterpeg.
That's correct.
Is it true?
That is correct, yes.
So how long were you in Winnipeg for?
For 10 years.
And how was Winnipeg?
It's very, very cold.
Is it beautiful?
It's flat.
It's not like Paris?
It's flat.
Okay, it's flat. Okay.
It's flat, yeah.
I've never been to Winnipeg. My dad lived in Winnipeg for a short time. He was a surgeon, and then one day he came out of the hospital doing rounds because he's a surgeon at St. Boniface. You know the hospital.
Right,
there?
I'm very familiar.
He went to the parkade, and his tires were frozen solid to the ground.
No way.
So then he said, okay, I'm getting out of here. I'm moving to Calgary. So the next day he waited for his tires to thaw out, and he packed everything and moved to Calgary. And then he met my mom, and I was born. Okay?
But you know what? The only thing that's going to happen is when you hit the minus 40 or minus 45. Mm-hmm. And I believe that because I experienced that myself.
Okay. So, how is Winnipeg to live in? Like, I've never been there. I've never been to Manitoba. It's a nice province and city.
It's a very nice province. It's actually easy life in Winnipeg. Mm-hmm. You know, it's if I compare now in Calgary to Winnipeg, I think Winnipeg is the life in Winnipeg is much easier to live in there than over here. Here is, I would say, it's a little bit more expensive.
Okay, but you're not living in Winnipeg anymore. You're living in Calgary,
yes,
okay? And
yes.
They have the Winnipeg Jets now. They have the Blue Bombers, who are traditionally now a better football team than the Stampeders.
I agree.
But you do have the mountains nearby. You got nice lakes. You're close to southern Alberta. You're close to the border, Montana. So you do have the benefits of being in a bigger city. Banff is gorgeous. I know you and your family love to go out to Banff, enjoy the weekends out there.
That is very true, and that's the reason why I moved to Calgary. Is because of the scenery.
Yeah, and it's a good life here. Wouldn't you agree?
I do agree. Yes.
Okay, and Alberta is a good province to live in.
Yes, and that's the reason why I'm here right now. Is because without Calgary, there's no Steve. So thank you
There's
very
no
much.
Steve?
There's no Steve. If I
okay.
stayed in Winnipeg, then I
Well,
would
maybe
not
you would
never
have
meet you.
maybe you would have met a Steve in Winnipeg, and maybe he would have been more famous. You know what I'm saying? And so, and then obviously, you got a family, some kids, and then you mentioned
Big Laan.
Bing Laan. So tell everyone about Bing Laan. Like, what are they? How did you come up with the name? And if someone wants to join your riding group, how can they?
All right, so we started. Actually, it was only 7 people way back 4 years ago, and it was just me, Yano, and my other friends. Yano is the founder of our group. Suddenly, he just passed away last year, but right now we have 500 and so members in our Facebook page,
Okay.
and it's so easy to find us. Usually, we whenever we go out for a ride, we usually post it in our Facebook page, or you can see us in the street riding our motorcycle, wearing this kind of hoodie. So it's not too bad. It's really easy for us to.
So is it a majority of the members Filipino?
Majority of the group are Filipino.
Okay, you don't have to be Filipino to join.
You don't have
No,
to.
you don't have to like Jollibee and have a Jollibee membership card. If people don't know what Jollibee is, can you explain what Jollibee is?
Yes, Jollibee is like a McDonald's basically, but it's for me. It's not. I'm not bragging on it, but Jollibee is, for my taste, is way better than McDonald's. We have spaghetti, we have apple pie. Like the chicken, it's really really juicy and crispy inside and out. So
you have the sweet spaghetti.
we have a sweet.
So I've had sweet spaghetti before, but if people most people think Italian is spaghetti and pizza, but what differs Filipino spaghetti from Italian spaghetti?
You know what? They never tried the Filipino spaghetti. If you guys wanted to try, then go to Jollibee.
But what does it taste like? I know what it tastes like. What's in the spaghetti from Philippines?
Well, we use the big difference between the Spanish spaghetti and the Filipino spaghetti is because we made it with love. That's why it's so sweet.
Okay, so it's sweet.
It is sweet.
And then
yes.
you have wheat sausages in there, right? Wieners.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So typical Italiano. They have a fettuccine and bolognese sauce, but
We put a little bit of meat in there.
and then you put some sweetness in it.
That's right. Yes.
Because you guys, Filipino people are so sweet at
So
heart,
sweet,
right?
Yes, that's true. That's true.
And then the fried chicken is very good.
Fried chicken
Better
is
than-
juicy and tender.
Better than Kentucky Fried Chicken,
You know what?
in your opinion, or no?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I highly
And then
suggest that.
I've been there to Jollibee a couple times because there's one down from our office on McLeod and Heritage Drive near there. Am I correct? Around there,
yeah.
near Southland. And I like the mango pie.
You like that? Yes.
Oh yeah,
I
And
should have brought you some right now.
yeah, exactly. You're just
So-
being cheap, man. I haven't had dinner. And then also I like the pineapple juice.
Yes,
Yes,
pineapple juice. is
it's
really,
so
really
good,
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what does Bing Laan stand for? What is it like?
Well,
does it
sorry.
mean?
Yeah, I should have mentioned that earlier. So Big Laan is in English is a sudden, just sudden, like without thinking. All of a sudden, we're just gonna, hey, listen, you guys wanna go for a ride, and that's the reason why we call it Big Laan is sudden,
Oh,
like
okay.
sudden, just sudden decision.
Okay, so maybe my wife should be a member because all of a sudden we walk into Valentino, she whips suddenly out my credit card and starts charging everything. Is that would she qualify as a member?
Everyone is welcome.
Okay, because we, sometimes we go to the U.S. and there's certain malls that I avoid because there's Gucci, Valentino, and Versace, but suddenly she'll just start whipping out my credit card and Gucci, and people can go bankrupt when they come out of Gucci, right?
No, that's
All right.
a good one.
So you let my wife be a member, or just forget about it?
Everybody's welcome.
So she doesn't need a motorcycle; she just needs Steve Grover's credit card, right? So suddenly she'll show up and buy everybody Gucci
You
purses.
know what? I will be her bodyguard. That's okay with you.
All right, that's pretty cool. And So I know you have 500 Facebook members.
That's correct.
How many riding members get out like on their bikes and all that stuff?
Well, everybody's schedule is different, but the most the most riders that I get at one point is about maybe I would say 30 per ride.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so it's usually, obviously we got winter here in Canada and Calgary. So your riding season for Bing Lang starts when, about April or so, or May?
We never, you know what? We never stop.
Never stop
We
riding?
never stop as long that there is no ice on the road and it's like plus 5 degree or so.
You'll ride in January?
Well, you know what? Right now, to be honest with you, I still see a lot of people riding on their
well,
bike.
I don't ride.
I'm
right
not gonna
now.
lie to that.
No.
Yes.
But and then what are the typical rides you guys do?
We usually go for a long ride.
Like where would you usually go?
Most of the time is going to west, like Banff.
Okay, Banff,
Yeah.
Kananaskis.
Kananaskis is just a nice view.
Down south a little bit to like Black Diamond and
Lethbridge
stuff like
and
Lethbridge.
that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any favorite ride you have in Southern Alberta? Like you like to get on your bike and just go ride on?
Wherever.
It doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter. As long that I'm riding with my friends, with
Yeah.
all my good friends, I'm happy for that.
So you could be going through Ogden and just go through the drive-through at McDonald's and pick up a quarter pounder of
Yes.
cheese and you'll be happy, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have you ever eaten? So let me ask you a question. How long you been riding a motorcycle for?
Here in Calgary, it's about 4 years.
And then how much in your lifetime?
I would say maybe like 7 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what kind of bike do you ride?
Right now, I have two motorcycles, which
Yeah.
is a 2009 Yamaha R6
Yeah.
and a 2007 Kawasaki Vulcan.
Okay, so and so one's a sport bike,
Yes.
and the Vulcan is what, a cruiser?
A cruiser.
Okay, have you ever gone through a drive-through on your motorcycle? Honest, never.
I've never tried it, but
One-
I would like to try it one day.
Okay, maybe this summer you go through the Joel B drive-through and get some fried chicken.
It's just that the problem is that hard for me to carry while I'm on the bike.
Well, once you learn to balance, okay. And so the riding group, when the guy, you got girl memberships too, right?
We do,
Okay,
yes.
so you're open to everybody, women, men, doesn't matter.
Yes.
Everyone's accepted with big love, right?
Yes.
And what's a typical bike a member would ride at Bing Lang? Because I know there's different groups out there. There's the Hog group for Harley, but you accept any kind of people that
Any
ride?
kind-
Doesn't
any
matter
kind
if
of
you have a
bike.
Harley or a scooter?
That's right, yeah. But most of my member right now, they are riding sports bikes
Sport bike and
Yeah.
naked bikes?
and naked bike.
Okay,
Yes,
all
correct,
right.
yeah.
And you guys are constantly growing membership and everything?
Yes, and thank you for that, Mr. Steve Grover, for helping us. Actually, before we only have 300 members. After we introduced Steve in our group, we actually expand to 500.
Just because of our help?
Yes, sir.
Why is that?
Well,
Because I've got such a great haircut?
because of your generosity.
Oh, okay, all right. And so I know we met a couple years ago, and unfortunately Yano passed on, and then you have in the June you have a kickoff party. Is that right?
Last June or this past June,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had the opening season.
Yeah. So you have an opening season party,
Yes.
and where was that held?
We had it at the Seafood City
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if people don't
Here
know
in
where
Calgary.
where's Seafood City located?
over at Sandwich Mall.
Near the Northeast.
That's
and
right.
Seafood City is a Filipino grocery store.
It is, yes.
Yeah, okay, and
It's
it's-
one of the biggest Filipino
Okay.
grocery store here in Calgary.
Okay, and then did you have a DJ there?
We had a DJ, we had a live band going on.
Mm-hmm.
We had all these tent
One
with
broken
your-
biker was
One-
there.
that's correct, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And
We
then
had
I
a
think,
live
and then unfortunately, I knew Yano very shortly. Such a great man. He always had a smiling face.
That's correct.
He never was negative. He'd always accept everybody. I remember when I first met him, he'd be messaging me every weekend to come over, like, "Dude, you're driving me crazy. I got a kid to take care of, or I got work to do." But he's such a great man.
Mm-hmm.
And Emily and the kids are such wonderful people, and they've just gone so much. But in the last year, we donated a bike in your honor to your group.
That's
For
correct.
Yano, and it was I think it was a 2023 BMW S1000RR.
Brand new.
Brand
Yes,
new?
Brand
Okay.
new, yes. And you know what, Mr. Steve Grover, thank you so much for that donation. It actually helped a lot. It actually also made our Christmas party very, very successful because of your donation.
Okay, and so that you guys had recently the Christmas party, and I know the podcast wasn't there, but Grover Law Firm was present.
That's correct.
So
yes.
tell little people about your Christmas party at the end of the year. Where was it held, and what happened there?
All right, so actually, I'm just gonna mention a little bit more. Last year, we only had 80 people in our in the Christmas party, but because of your generosity, we actually grew up to almost 200 people showed up in our Christmas party, and that was held at the Falcon Ridge Community Association just last December 9. And we gave away the brand new motorcycle in memory of Yana Ninorma. And one lucky person in Edmonton won the bike.
Okay.
And we just dropped it off last week, and he's very,
So
very
who won the bike? Should we mention his name or keeping it anonymous?
We can mention his name.
What's his name?
His name is Darwin Villanueva from Edmonton.
And he lives in Edmonton.
Yes, sir.
Now the most important question, is he a Flames fan or Oilers fan?
I never asked that question to him, but maybe I should next time.
Because maybe if he was an Oilers fan, we would have pulled the win, from him, not let him buy the bike. But I remember when you guys pulled the thing and he won, he was crazy, He went crazy.
He was crazy. There's a big story behind that.
Yeah.
He's the first person in Edmonton that messaged me and told me that he wanted to join the giveaway motorcycle. And on the way over here, the day that he's coming over here, he was also sick that day, and he told me that he wasn't going to make it, but then his friend pushed him to still come.
Okay.
And there you go. He won the bike.
And so my understanding is he rides Harley. He has a Harley Davidson.
That's correct, yes.
And all of a sudden he's won this super BMW motorcycle.
It's gonna be a big change.
Yeah. So is he gonna ride it?
Well, that's what he told me, and that's actually his dream bike. Is to have the S1000.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
That's correct. Yeah.
So that's great that he won it. He rides.
He rides.
He appreciates the bike, and obviously he'll remember Yano forever. And I know he's part of a different group up there in Edmonton. What's that group called? The riding
it's
group?
called No Invite.
No Invite.
Yes.
It's not called like No Too Legit to Quit. No. So No Invite. What are they?
There are another Filipino group riders based in Edmonton.
Okay, and are you guys like rival gangs,
Rival gangs.
like Crips and the Bloods in LA? You fight with it, or are you guys buddies?
Well, the good thing about Big Laan Gang is and No Invite and A&R and Tam Bike and all that is that we are all unite. That's the good thing about the Filipino riders.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you don't. There's no biker street gangs in Alberta fighting each other from the Philippines for territory. No. Okay. And then my understanding is every year you have a meetup ride with them in Red Deer.
That's correct.
So tell people about that.
Yes. Every year, this is led. This is being led by the A&R group, which is the founder of that group is KJ Perez.
So what's the A&R group?
Alberta Noipi Riders.
Okay, so another Filipino group?
Another Filipino group.
And where are they based out of?
Based in Edmonton as well.
Okay, all right.
Yes. And like every year, there's no miss. The only difference is the date that we usually go meet each other, but there's no miss. We always meet halfway, which is from Edmonton, Calgary, meet up in Red Deer.
Okay. And when is that meet and greet usually?
Just a meet and greet.
But what month is it usually?
Last year I believe we had it done in sometime in July, if I'm not mistaken.
So is it a Sunday or Saturday you guys just
usually
run?
on the weekend.
Okay. And where did you guys meet and greet in Red Deer? Where did you meet and greet in Red Deer this year?
This year here, I can't remember the exact place, but we met in one big parking lot close to another Filipino restaurant down in Red Deer.
So was it Jollibee?
No, it's not Jollibee.
Well, what's the name of the restaurant?
I can't remember the name of the restaurant. I have to look it up.
Was it good food?
It's a good buffet food.
Buffet. So you
buffet
can go in there and get really fat and just eat all you want, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last year, actually this year, it's a very successful meet and greet. I believe there's at least 150 riders that showed up.
Okay, so it's good. So there wasn't any like shooting going on and fighting going on in the parking lot? No? It's not those kind of riding groups?
No. It's not just, I just wanted to mention, it's not just Filipino riders that showed up. There's also all the Red Deer riders that showed up, which
Okay.
is I believe at least 10 white people riders in
Well,
Red Deer.
everybody's welcome. Doesn't matter
Everybody's
if
welcome.
you're
That's correct.
Caucasian or
Yes.
East Indian. We're all human beings, right?
That's very
Yeah,
true,
yeah.
sir.
So we're all brothers or sisters in arms, right?
That's true.
Okay. And so I know you're riding, and so we're talking a little about food, and obviously we can always talk about food. So I've had Filipino food before, but I mean, for people to understand in the Philippines, what kind of food is it usually in the Filipino cuisine? So people know. What do you guys usually have?
You know what? The very popular food in the Philippines is called adobo. It's a pork cooked with soy sauce and vinegar, and it's really, 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 really good. You know, if you cook it right, it actually very tender, and it's actually can melt in your mouth.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
and that
it's-
is something that I have to.
So it's a pork, and
Yes.
then what else? What else would you eat with a pork? Would
Oh, obviously with the rice.
you-
Yeah,
rice. So
yeah.
rice is a staple in the Filipino food.
Without rice is life.
right? Okay.
without-
Rice is life in the Philippines.
That's right. It's like karaoke.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
after we eat, we sing.
Yeah. So rice is like gas to put in your vehicle to drive,
That's
right?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like the main course.
Okay. And then any veggies or something? Typical Filipino veggies?
Yes, there is a chop suey.
Yeah.
There's a chop suey in the Philippines that we serve as well,
Mm-hmm.
and that's mixed with a lot of different kind of vegetables in there.
Okay. And any bread at all in your diet, or pretty much?
Bread is only been taken in the morning, usually with coffee.
Okay. All right. Okay. So usually it's pork, chicken, rice,
That's correct.
chop suey, veggies, and everything healthy, eh? Like
Full
fried
of
chicken.
protein.
Yeah. Okay. Full of protein. And in like we all. What's the big drink in the Philippines? Beer now or gin or something?
Well, yes, actually, you know what? Now that you mention the gin, there is.
Well, the only reason I know that because we have one of our paralegals is Filipino, and she
Right.
went to the Philippines. She brought me a nice bottle of gin from the Philippines.
That's correct. Yes,
Yeah.
and that one is very, very, very strong, and
Yeah.
it's very, very popular back home.
So the issue in the Philippines, it's very hot, isn't it?
Yes.
Very humid, right?
Yes,
And
correct.
gin is a good drink to drink in hot and humid weather, right?
Yes, because it's not only that it's strong,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very cheap too.
But also, I mean, obviously, if you're living in the Philippines, like in the summertime, when's the summer season there? July and August?
All year round.
Yeah, okay. What's the hottest season? What's the hottest month of the season?
April.
And so how hot does it get in April?
You know what? It's been a while, but I'm guessing around 35 to between 35 to 40.
Okay, and then humidity. You guys have humidity there, don't you?
Heavy.
So you're getting 35, 40 degrees. What's the humidity like? 90%?
Up to the roof, yeah.
90%.
90%.
But obviously, you wouldn't drink like a heavy Guinness beer in that weather, would you?
Yeah, ice cold beer is probably,
Yeah, but you don't want to drink. So my point is, you probably would drink something that's light, like gin, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And do you drink like in the Philippines when they have gin? Do they mix it with tonic water or just straight up?
You know what? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Actually, we mix it with guava powder.
Juice. Oh, not guava powder.
Yeah,
Not
guava
guava
powder.
juice.
Not guava juice. It's a guava powder. So you kind of like open the one gin bottle, guava juice or guava powder, and what do you call this? A bottled water.
Yeah.
And
okay.
that's it.
So what about guava juice?
We never tried guava juice, but it's usually guava powder.
Okay. Why do they use guava powder?
I think it's because it's much more concentrate and it's a little bit more sweeter
Okay.
than normal.
But obviously, it's a very tropical country you're living in Philippines.
Yes, yeah,
And
it's a
what's
beautiful
what's the typical fruit that you would eat in the Philippines?
Mango.
Mango.
Mango is one.
pie.
Yeah, that's why we have the mango pie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So mango's popular. Pineapple's popular.
Pineapple,
What
all the
about,
fruit. Yeah.
what about guava juice?
Guava juice is popular as well. Yes.
I like guava juice.
Do you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
okay.
love it. Yeah, because I remember going to Hawaii growing up with my parents, and there'd be guava juice there, and then we wouldn't get back in Canada, so I'd always miss the guava juice. But at the end of the day, obviously, it's always nice to try new cuisines, new flavors, and I've had Filipino food several times, and I know you had a big spread at your Christmas party two weeks ago. You had pork there.
Yes.
You had rice.
Yeah.
You had spring rolls.
We had the spring rolls.
What else did you have there?
We had roast beef. We have caldereta. We have sisig. All this beautiful food.
Okay.
You name it. Yeah.
And it was eaten up pretty good by everybody.
It's all sold out.
Oh, okay.
Nothing's left.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I'm very happy for the turnout.
Okay. And then you had a live band there, and it's your year-end party plus a Christmas party, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And you had 200 people show up, and
close to 200 people. About 180 people.
So it was friends, family, kids were invited. Everybody had a good time.
That's correct.
He had a live band.
Yes.
And he drew the prize for the BMW.
That's correct.
Okay,
sir,
cool. So it was a good event for you guys to have.
It was very successful. Very, very successful. And once again, like I said, Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for that big donation that you gave us.
Oh, yeah, it was my pleasure. And, we had some door prizes we gave away.
That's
it's always
good.
nice, and it's just so great to be with you people. You're so fun to hang out, so chill. And you guys are good riders too. Okay,
Right.
And then you gave me this little thing from your group today.
That's right. Yes. Actually, I was supposed to give that to you on right after the Christmas party. But
Yeah, I think you had a little bit too much to drink that night. Eh?
I was really busy. But
So
anyway,
this-
I hope you like it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's for from Bing Lang 2.0, Steve Grover of Grover Law Firm.
Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty sweet.
attorney Steve Grover.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
unfortunately in Alberta we can't call ourselves attorney.
Attorney, yeah.
I know. So in the Philippines they call lawyers attorneys, right?
That's correct,
Why
yes.
is that?
It's just the name that we call
Yeah.
for the lawyers. Yeah, it's
Okay.
attorney. Yeah.
Okay, and but it's beautiful. So we'll put it in one of the boardrooms here, and
Thank you.
we'll always think of you guys here at Grover Law Firm.
I'm glad that you like it.
And I look forward to seeing you guys on the road in
Yes,
the
sir,
summer.
yes.
And and then at the end of the day, obviously, hopefully your group is growing. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm looking forward to that.
Any plans for the Christmas season with you and your family coming up?
Well, Christmas season for me right now is the time to spend with the family. So right now, I just wanted to spend a quality time with my kids and
Mm-hmm.
obviously to my wife.
Okay. Are you going any plans trip the next 2 weeks or so?
No, we're all staying here in Calgary.
Okay.
We're not planning to go. Not planning of going anywhere.
Okay. So I know I've looked on the internet, and I know Christmas is a big celebration in the Philippines, and then actually they start celebrating in September.
As soon as you hear the bear month, which is yes, you're right,
September, and they put up the decorations.
decoration, music,
for 4 or 5 months, crazy, right? When do they take down the decorations in the Philippines? January.
Sometimes it goes up to January.
Okay, cool. So obviously you're gonna sit down with your family. Are you guys gonna have a Christmas dinner?
Yes.
So what do you typically have? The North American turkey and dressing, all that stuff?
Well, right now we wanted to have something different.
Yeah?
We wanted to give ourselves something good. So right now, yes, you're right. We're planning of having some North American food, which is lobster and steaks.
Oh, nice. But no turkey?
We're not planning of having a turkey
Yeah.
because we already have that this past Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay, cool. But in the Philippines, when they celebrate Christmas, I know it's a big holiday. Yeah, it's a lot of Roman Catholics.
Correct.
Yeah, it used to be a Spanish colony, right?
That's correct. Yes.
So
Yeah.
do you speak Spanish?
A little bit. I understand a little bit here and there.
Okay, and so it's all Catholicism is very strong with the Christianity and Christmas.
Yes.
But what's a typical, like I know in Canada, like I grew up here in Calgary, we'll have Christmas dinner on the 25th. Mm-hmm. And mom used to make, or we now have two also, my own family. We have the turkey, cranberry sauce, we've got the mashed potatoes, the stuffing, and the pumpkin pie. What's a typical Christmas dinner in the Philippines? Same thing or different?
It's actually different. There is this typical food that we actually have every Christmas, which is called bibingka and puto bongbong, and that is something that I wanted to bring over here for you to try one day.
So other than sort of like sounding like a real cool name from a Japanese cartoon, what is bing and bing bang? What is it?
Okay,
What is it?
It's puto bongbong and bibingka. It's actually
It sounds like Pokemon's next girlfriend. No?
Well, actually, this one in here is very, very hype in the Philippines. Let me tell you a little bit more story on that. Every December, I can't remember when again because I haven't been in the Philippines for a very long time. But I believe it started in December 16 when we start doing we call it Simbang Gabi, which is you go to church at nighttime.
So is that on the 24th?
On the 16th, it started on the 16th
really?
up to the 24th.
Oh, you guys go
So
crazy,
every night
man.
you have to go every night,
So
which is some
okay.
kind of a
Ritual.
tradition.
Yeah, tradition. Okay,
That's
and is that Catholicism? Roman?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
all right. So you go to every night for the church.
That's correct.
And then do you have anything the night before, like Christmas Eve for dinner?
Yes.
What do you have?
Well, usually we have spaghetti, we have pancit, we have pork, we have some ham and
Okay.
stuff like that. Ham in the Philippines is very, very expensive, so we usually only have that in Christmas time.
Okay, and then do you have anything for Christmas Day for dinner?
Usually we do it on the Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And then on the Christmas, usually people are hungover.
Hungover, or they're too full from the night
Too
before.
full from the night before,
And then
yeah.
you open up the presents that Santa brought you on the morning of the 25th.
That's correct.
And so, what would you usually do on Christmas Day evening? Would you still celebrate on the 25th?
Yeah. If there's some leftover food,
Yeah.
then we still celebrate. We still hang around with family and friends.
Okay. All right. Okay. And obviously, we're here to talk about riding too. I know you got a couple bikes, but say, what is your dream motorcycle out there that you would buy if money was no option? Like you can only pick one though. Okay, be fair.
I was just actually looking at this picture this morning. It's actually Yamaha R1M.
Oh, okay. And why would you pick that bike?
It's just the looks.
Yeah.
Looks and the sounds of that motorcycle is very, very incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like Yamahas?
I love Yamaha.
Yeah. I mean, Japanese bikes tend to be very reliable. They're solid. You can ride them forever. I mean, I remember my dad had like a Yamaha for over 30 years, and that thing never broke,
You gotta love Yamaha.
Yeah. So R1M, that's the bike you'd buy. Yeah.
That's my dream bike.
Okay. And I mean, I know we have this track now north of Calgary near Carstairs. Have you been up there at all, the Rocky Mountain track?
Not yet, but I've heard about it.
If you had the R1M, would you track it?
Maybe not. I don't want to crush it. If
Well,
anything,
yeah,
I would like to use my R6.
Well, I think the track is probably more safer than riding.
That's
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah, okay. And so it would be a Yamaha R1M.
Yeah.
Okay. That I can appreciate that. And then any other bike you'd go for as a second bike?
Yes.
Which one?
Yes, it's a Ducati Diablo.
Diablo. Oh yeah,
Diablo,
yeah,
Diablo,
yeah. That's the cruiser
The
kind
cruiser, yeah.
of cruiser Harley Davidson.
That's correct.
That's fast, but it still looks like a little cruiser.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then obviously, we're talking about Christmas, and I know one big tradition I do in Christmas is, I don't know if you remember, the NBA has games all day long on the 25th.
That's
So, are
correct.
you a basketball fan?
I'm a bandwagoner actually.
You're a what?
Bandwagoner. I only watch them
Oh,
when
okay.
it's on, like let's say championship
Oh,
game
okay,
and stuff like
okay.
that. Yeah.
But I thought in the Philippines, basketball is a national sport, isn't it?
It is. Yes.
And you
you're
don't play
right.
basketball?
I used to play basketball, but then when I have my knee problem, then I
Oh,
stopped.
okay. So you had to blow the knee out and then quit,
Yes.
right? And then why is basketball so popular of every sport there could be out there in the Philippines? Why is that?
I think it's just because that basketball is that the time to play with your friends, and
Yeah.
that is you can also play with yourself, but it's way better to play it with your friends.
Okay.
So that's why I think
Okay.
it's
What about soccer? I mean, obviously you can play soccer with your friends.
That's very true.
You
Yeah,
can play football, American football.
That's true,
So
yeah.
why do they pick basketball as a national sport in the Philippines?
I'm not sure. To be honest,
Okay.
that's a good
Yeah.
question. You
Yeah,
know what? I have to Google it up and then
Okay.
I know
Well,
why.
maybe next time we meet you, you can tell me why. And do you know how it became the national sport at all, or no?
I've never paid attention to that. That is something that I have to look up. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. And then, in the Philippines, people grow up playing basketball,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
ever since they're a baby, they like basketball.
They like basketball. I think
Yeah.
maybe because of the sounds of the ball bouncing.
Okay. And then, obviously in the Philippines, is there like professional leagues of basketball teams?
Yes, we have. It's called PBA, which is Philippine Basketball Association.
And is there a certain team that's always the best team of the league every year?
Before I left in the Philippines, that was 1998. The biggest team before was Ginebra.
And where Ginebra, is that a city?
It's actually the gin. You remember the gin that you get
Oh, yeah,
from
yeah.
nothing?
Yeah.
It's called Ginebra.
So that's
Ginebra.
that's
It's a
the
brand
Oh, okay.
of the.
But where do they play games? What city or
Oh,
town?
it's usually in Manila.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Manila's the big. So
The
if
biggest.
people don't know, Manila's the capital of the Philippines. How many people live in Manila?
I think Manila alone, if I'm not mistaken, is about maybe 15 million.
15 million. So that's
Manila
bigger.
alone.
That's bigger than Calgary. Oh,
Way bigger. It will take over the whole Alberta, to be honest.
Really? Okay. And what's the population of the Philippines altogether?
In the Philippines,
Yeah, the whole country.
I would say maybe 26 million.
26
30,
million.
yeah.
Oh, so 30 million and half the population
Half of the population lives
living
in
in
Manila.
Manila. So is it
That's why
very
it's all crowded.
is it very crowded, condensed city?
Very, very crowded.
And I know people complain about traffic in Calgary, but can you tell traffic compared to Manila and Calgary what's better?
Well, you know what? The traffic in Calgary compared to Philippines, it's not a traffic.
No?
It's not a traffic at all. Like
Okay.
over there, the drive from, let's say, from downtown to here in Chinook will take you at least 5 hours.
Wow. So you better pack a lunch from Jollibee.
It's-
Is there a lot of drive-throughs to go through on the way to get to
Yeah,
because you got to eat lunch, breakfast, lunch, and then finally get to
that's
work,
correct.
eh?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. The traffic's very, very bad back
Okay.
home. Yeah.
So Calgary traffic is pretty decent.
I don't think I wouldn't even call it traffic, to be
Okay.
honest.
All right. Go live in the Philippines and then see what
Then
traffic's
they
all
know.
about.
That's right.
And then, like, I know Philippines is a little different than Canada. I mean, we have a huge land mass here in Canada, like the second biggest country next to Russia. We shouldn't mention that name because but it's that country in the Far East part of Europe. But the Philippines, my understanding, is made up of a bunch of islands. Isn't
That's
that correct?
correct.
How many islands make up the Philippines?
Wow, that's a good question. This is a geography question. To be honest with you, I'm not sure. I can't remember. I believe it's more than 100.
100 islands.
More than 100.
Yeah, okay. But most people are concentrated in Manila.
In Manila.
Okay. Now, I like all sports. I follow the NBA. I mean, and is there a team in the Philippines of the National Basketball Association that's really popular in the Philippines that like people love?
I think all of them.
All of them?
Especially Lakers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even like what's a terrible team? Like, well, San Antonio's won 5 national championships, but this year they're not very good. Mm-hmm. But they'd even follow like a terrible team, like a bad team, or no?
Well, I remember back then it was Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, because of Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan and
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Rodman.
What about now? Who would people follow
well,
in the Philippines?
it's in between LeBron James and Stephen Curry.
Oh, Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And is there a basketball team you like to watch from the NBA?
Right now, I believe for me, if I'm going to choose, it's Miami.
Miami Heat.
Miami.
Why do you like Miami?
They have a better player, I guess, better than LeBron and Stephen Curry.
Who's that?
Can't remember what's his name. I think guy with the big beard.
Okay.
Can't remember his name.
Do you follow the NBA?
Not a lot.
Or just during the finals and stuff
Just
like
during
that?
the finals.
And then when you're playing basketball, what positions do you play?
Usually forward.
Forward?
Yeah.
Okay. And then were you any good at basketball?
Can I mention the word? I'm not good at it.
No.
I suck on it.
Okay, you suck. Okay. And what's your sport of choice? Obviously, motorcycling is a big hobby yourself. Is there another hobby you like to do also apart from motorcycling?
Yes, I would like to try snowboarding. That is
But have you
something
done it yet or no?
Not yet.
Okay,
That
well,
is something that I'm
well, that's
looking for.
something like I dream to have this yacht in Monte Carlo. But what other sport would you like? What other sport do you also enjoy that you
Right.
right now that you do?
Right now, of course, chess.
Chess.
and
Okay.
swimming.
Okay. All right. So I know basketball is popular. Obviously, motorcycling is popular in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
So why is motorcycling popular in the Philippines?
That's the only commute that we can use right now to ease the traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's the reason why motorcycle is very popular.
Because
back
if
home.
traffic's so terrible,
of
you
the-
can get in and out of traffic.
That's correct.
And
yes.
did you learn to ride motorcycle in the Philippines?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And so what's so is it crazier to ride motorcycle in the Manila than Calgary?
You know what? Over here, if you ride in the Philippines, you will know how it is to ride in the Philippines. It's very very hard. It's very very dangerous.
Yeah.
People doesn't wear a helmet.
They don't wear helmets?
They don't wear a helmet.
So let me get this straight. In Philippines, there's no law for you to wear a helmet.
Right now there is, but before I leave Philippines, people doesn't wear helmets. Animals are crossing the street. Children just crossing the street. With people doesn't use signal lights and stuff like that. It's very
Okay.
very hard back
Okay.
then.
So, but now you have to wear.
Now you
Is
have
it the
to wear a
law in
helmet.
the Philippines to wear a helmet?
Now, yes.
Do people wear helmets or they don't?
They still wear They do wear a helmet
Yeah.
now. Otherwise, they will get a fine.
Okay. All right.
And then obviously now, before you can ride a motorcycle with your sleepers, but now you have to wear shoes.
Oh,
when
really?
you
There's a
ride.
law on that?
There's a law on that as well.
Oh,
now too,
okay.
yes.
Oh, okay. Because I know in Canada you have to wear a helmet. So Philippines, and you obviously you've been riding your whole life. You'd endorse motorcycle safety. Like, if you're going to ride, you wear a helmet, right?
That's correct. Yes.
You wear a leather suit,
I do wear
leather
suits.
gloves, and
Yeah,
boots. So
that's correct.
always safety first. Wouldn't you
Safety
agree with
first.
that? Okay.
I agree.
And then obviously we all know Philippines. There's some politicians we knew about, but at the end of the day, there is a bobblehead here of Manny Pacquiao.
That's
right?
Yeah,
So-
he's the popular boxer.
So
back
everyone
home.
can see that. So Manny Pacquiao, is he a national hero still in the Philippines?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
We can say that. Yes.
So are you a boxing fan at all?
Yes, I am.
Did you follow Manny when he was
I
boxing?
did. Yes,
Okay.
from very beginning up
Yeah.
until now.
So who's that other guy that Manny used to have those classic fights with from America?
Oh,
can you-
usually Marquez.
No, you can't. I heard you can't even mention this guy's name in the Philippines or they'll kill you. What's his name?
Duterte.
Huh?
Rodrigo Duterte. Oh, Ferdinand Marcos. Is that what you say?
No. Who used to box against Manny? Remember they had those big fisticuffs all the time? He's from America. T Money. You remember that guy, the boxer?
Not ringing my bell.
Okay.
Sorry.
But Manny he's still a national hero in the
In the
Philippines.
Philippines, correct. yes.
Okay. Have you ever met him?
Not yet. It's one of my dream too.
And then is Philippines a popular sport is boxing a popular sport in the Philippines?
Right after Manny Pacquiao's reigning champion, yes. Right now, it's being boxing is being popular right now.
Okay, and on top of basketball, what would boxing be number one? Number
I wouldn't
two?
say number one, maybe
Number
number
two?
two, number three, yes.
Okay, and he's called Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, right?
That's correct, yes.
And why is his name Pac-Man? Does he eat up his competition?
I believe so, yeah. That's
Really?
the reason why he
Okay.
called Pac-Man, yeah.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Manny?
I am, yes.
Okay. And yeah, the guy I was thinking of was Mayweather.
Oh, Mayweather, okay.
So if you go to the Philippines
Yeah,
and you mention his name or wear a t-shirt, will they kill you there?
Well, because, before the fight of Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather, it's actually mentioned to be a good and a bad, or a good and an evil kind of thing.
And why is that?
Well, because I remember when they were doing the interview, Mayweather were trash talking Manny Pacquiao, and then Manny Pacquiao will always say a word of God.
Did Pacquiao ever beat Mayweather, or was it the other way around?
It was suddenly it was the other way around,
Okay. So that's a little bitterness in the Philippines about Mayweather, right?
That's the thing, yeah.
Oh, do you like Mayweather or you like a Pacquiao better?
Of course, I have to stand with my blood, which is Manny Pacquiao.
Okay, all right. And so what is I know Manny's retired from boxing now, right?
I don't think so. I believe that there's one more fight coming up.
Okay, and who's he gonna fight? Do you know?
They're still trying to find him a match.
Okay, and what is Mano? Is he back in the Philippines, living in the Philippines?
Yes, he is actually the senator
So he's a politician.
He is a politician.
So he's a big
now.
shot.
Yes.
Okay, and he's a senator in the Filipino
In the
government.
Philippines, yeah.
Okay, that's nice. So he's quite popular still,
Very
eh?
popular.
Okay, so you're a big fan of Manny,
Yes, I am.
and have you ever seen him fight live at all, or no?
Not yet. Something that I am looking forward to.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. I mean, Manny and Mayweather, though, he had those big fights going on, right? Remember that guy?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay. And then who's Rodrigo Duterte?
Duterte.
Who's this dude?
He.
You want to pull that forward?
Of course.
So who's this guy?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry
he
about that.
can't be that good. He broke right off his bobblehead. So what's so famous about this dude?
Well, he used to be the president in the Philippines, and he's very, very tough president. He changed a lot back home. That's why he is very popular.
Okay, and did you like the dude?
I love him because he is very straightforward.
This is the guy that wanted to kill all the drug dealers, right?
That's correct.
Okay, he wanted to do a war on drug dealers. And he's not president anymore, right?
That's it, yeah. His term is finished.
Okay, what's he doing now?
Right now, nothing.
He's not working at Joel Levy?
I think he's just doing podcasts.
Okay, okay. And he's still popular in the Philippines?
He's still popular, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I believe that he's thinking of running to be a vice president. I'm not sure why,
Okay.
but it was just a big talk right now.
You think he's going to be running to be president of Bing Lang Group? Take you for
You
a
know
run
what? He
for your
rides a
job?
Harley Davidson as well.
He rides a Harley?
Yeah.
Okay, so what in the Philippines, everybody rides because of traffic, and there's a lot of scooters out there, right?
That's correct, yes.
But for a motorcycle, what is the most popular motorcycle brand in the Philippines that you see the most on the road in the Philippines?
Well, right now, of course, one of them is the BMW S1000RR. Is one of the.
Everyone's got one? It
Not everyone.
But in the Philippines, that's a popular bike?
Well, it's one of the most expensive bike, obviously, because the worth of that bike right now in the Philippines is more than 1 million pesos.
So $1 million.
Not $1 million, but million pesos.
What's $1 million pesos in Canadian
Which is
dollars?
around a little bit more than $30,000.
So same price as
Same
here.
price,
Yeah,
maybe
so-
like around $35,000.
Yeah, so 30,000 is the price of the double R.
That's
yeah,
correct.
Okay. And are Japanese bikes still popular in the Philippines?
Yes,
Because
yes.
they're so close to Japan, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And they are reliable. Like, so if you got Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, which is the most popular make in the Philippines of those three?
I believe it's a Suzuki, if I'm
Suzuki?
not mistaken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But the problem is that in the Philippines, they choose it's either the European or the American bike rather than Japanese in back home.
Oh, so they'll spend the cash to get a Harley in the
Yeah,
Philippines?
you are more popular if you are, riding a bike that is made from Europe or.
Really?
America,
So
yes, that's
if a girl sees a guy in a Yamaha, I don't want to, and then the dude shows up in a BMW, he's gonna get the date right away, right? Is that the way they are in the Philippines?
That's correct, yeah.
All right. Okay. And then obviously, you're gonna spend time with family, and enjoy some good food. You're still going. Are you going to church every night still?
Yes.
Until the 24th, right?
Until the 24th, yes.
Okay, cool. And any special plans for 2024 with Bing Lang? Or are you just gonna guys try and keep on expanding your group and enjoy the riding seasons?
Well, actually, the biggest plan, I guess, right now is other than to expand our group, is to help more people. Hopefully, we don't see any more injured riders.
Yeah, that's the worst thing ever.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
But we wanted to give back to the community as well, which
Yeah.
is helping,
Yeah.
donating more in the children's cancer care.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so you guys are getting involved in that.
Yes.
Enjoy the riding season, and then just have fun, right? That's all.
correct.
That's all life's about, man.
More
just
rides.
work hard and make money, and then have fun, right?
That's correct.
All right, cool. And then any plans for any vacations in 2024?
Yes, I'm actually looking forward to celebrate my son's birthday, and that will be in Disneyland.
Oh
sometime
wow!
September.
In Disneyland in LA,
Yeah, Anaheim.
Anaheim. Yeah, well that's same thing.
Yeah.
So And then, have you been to Disneyland before?
I have one time and
Yeah.
I missed it. Even I enjoy it myself.
Oh yeah. I love Disneyland. The first ride I always go to is the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes, that's right.
All right, so we have something in common. Captain Jack Sparrow. And then I like the haunted house mansion walkthrough.
Oh.
And then it's always nice to take that steamboat around and then go
Right,
to
that's
Tomorrowland and just enjoy the Disney experience, right? Okay, cool. So thanks for showing up on the podcast. I wish you all the best in the holiday season. You hope everything's good with you and your family, your kids, and hopefully Santa brings you all your dreams come true on the morning of the 25th. Hopefully, you don't eat too much food so you can still get into that leather suit for the new season. And obviously, I wish all the best with Bing Lang 2.0, and obviously you're always looking for memberships. So don't be shy if one wants to join a good group, and it doesn't matter what you ride, just contact your group.
That's correct.
How can they contact you guys?
You can find us in our Facebook page, which is Big Laan 2.0. You just search it up and just hit joined, and everyone is welcome. There's no races or whatever. Any color you are.
Doesn't matter what you ride either.
It doesn't matter what you ride. You are all welcome.
Everyone's welcome. Okay, so I wish you all the best in the holiday season, and thank you for taking your time. I know you're a busy man, especially during this time of the season when Christmas is so busy. And look forward to seeing you on the road in 2024, okay?
All right,
thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Cheers.
Once again.
So thanks, everybody. This is now the last episode. We're going to close off 2023. Hopefully everyone has a Merry Christmas. Stay safe. Don't drink and drive. And, have a Happy New Year. I mean, if you're going to be drinking, make sure you don't drive your car. And, everyone, I just want everyone to enjoy the Christmas season and make sure you max out those credit cards for all those Christmas gifts you got to give out this year, okay? And I hope Santa brings you what you always dream of on the morning of the 25th of December. And thank you for joining us for this season and this year, and look forward to seeing everybody in 2024. And I know Roosevelt and Winston are probably chilling out at home right now, but they look forward to seeing you also in 2024. And all the best and safe riding. Cheers. Thank you.